It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets, next on Madden Football.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And away we go from East Rutherford. Xavier Gibson now to return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of them. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Fields out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll go right side with Hall. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Fields on first down. Fits it through the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Toss play. This is Hall. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Oh, man, that just stuns you. That's exactly what you'd not think is going to happen on a first down run. They'll likely need now a big gain on second to try to get back on schedule.
Offense to the line for second down. Hall takes it straight ahead. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Only a couple that time, and it leaves him well behind the sticks for a 3rd and 15.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from MetLife coming right up. Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Jets, they have got to look towards that end zone. Shotgun snap to Fields. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, New York. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Anders Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we've had to wait until the 2nd quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. And we're going to see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Down a touchdown with how long they've been sitting over there. I know the feeling. You're chomping at the bit and likely going to be pretty aggressive with the football.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
You kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Hall once more. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He has the first over the middle, and he'll get it up to the 44. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Fields throwing here. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's on the move. He can run it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Here's Fields. That's caught. He finds Alan Lazard. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Fields to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Jets grow their lead just before halftime. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Carlson now to add one more. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Cordero Patterson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. It's taken in by Washington. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A pistol snap here, Rodgers. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Throwing once again, Rodgers connects with Johnson. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw it. The Jets get there and bring him down. That brings us to the break. The Jets with a halftime lead here in East Rutherford. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. Their defense has really kept them in this game. Now it's time for this offense to start putting up some points. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They go counter, it's Johnson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10 from the 41. On the ground again with Johnson. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A run from Warren here to start the 3rd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
Warren quick on the draw. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
The Steelers set to punt it. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And he drives this into the pouring rain. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
1st down throw for Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Finding Reynolds. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Another throw for Fields. Short pass brought in. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And the Steelers going nickel, 3rd down. Fields to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And the fair catch made here at the 15. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. 1st down, Rodgers. Gets this to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Rodgers here from the gun. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. On the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
He puts some power on a deep one left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
3rd and long, Rodgers. Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll go for it, Rodgers. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They find 21 yards and get the 1st down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Again, Rodgers. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Offense in the hurry-up here. Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Steelers losing by 14. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now here comes the New York offense. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go right back to Hall. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Got 46 on his first punt, so this one's pushing a little more distance. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Steelers will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Austin's there to haul it in. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 39. That's DK on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers' first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. This one finds Taylor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. They'll throw again, Rodgers. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he is to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Jets offense now set to take over. And this one, just a formality till the clock runs out. It's only one timeout remaining to stop it. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on second down. This will be a nice win for the Jets, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. So the win goes to the Jets. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.